Hey, my friends at Real Progressives Group. This is Steve Grumbine. I am the founder of this group. And I wanted to do a stream that's not for the whole world. It's not going on the page. And it can't be shared. It's just for this group. So I've got a lot of people complaining that there are people that are saying that, hey, you've got to vote for Jill Stein to be a good burner, and you've got Bernie people saying, well, I'm going to write in Bernie Sanders, period. That's the only thing I'm going to do, and so forth. And it's not very revolutionary, the discussions we're having. Those kinds of things are not really activist-based discussions. They're really cult of personality discussions. They're not really strategic. They're not in any way, shape, or form beneficial to anything that we're doing. Everything that you guys talk about when it goes down to I'm going to write Bernie Sanders in or whatever, that's not really helping anything right now. So the idea is we all supported Bernie Sanders. That's what this group is about. Now what we're doing is we're dealing with the aftermath of the DNC stealing the election from us. And so what do we have to do, right? What do we have to do to carry this forward? Well, let me tell you, Donald Trump is a symptom of the problem. He is not the problem. He is a symptom of the problem. The reason why Donald Trump exists today is because neoliberalism has deprived the working class of America, that had always been the bread and butter of our economy, deprived them of their livelihood. So now what do you've got? Now what you have is a situation where you've got people that are not really thinking, banging on the drum saying, we've got to vote for Hillary, we've got to bring Hillary in, we've got to somehow or another overcome this loudmouth bigot and so forth. And the reality is that what we have to do is we have to stop what got us the bigot to begin with, and that's neoliberalism. And the only way we're going to stop neoliberalism is to block Hillary. The only way to block Hillary is to not vote for her, number one, but number two, to provide some competition to the Democratic Party. Now, people don't want to vote for Jill. They say she hasn't earned the revolution. They say she hasn't done whatever. It doesn't really matter. This is really about not getting Hillary, if nothing else, even if you don't like Jill. This is about ensuring that they can't get away with stealing democracy from us. So if this group wants to actually be a group that supports a revolution, instead of protecting people, instead of defending people, start defending the revolution. Start defending the movement. The movement is bigger than Bernie, it's bigger than Jill, it's bigger than you, and it's bigger than me. And it has always been that way. And Bernie Sanders himself said, not me, us. So whether you think Bernie sold out, or whether you hate Jill or anything else, the next progressive in the wings right now that's actively running for president is Jill Stein. She's the only one. And Gary Johnson is not a viable progressive alternative. Gary Johnson is for the TPP. Gary Johnson is for austerity, cutting spending, which is the absolute opposite of who Bernie Sanders was. The only one that's saying the same things that Bernie Sanders is saying is Jill Stein. So when the friggin' debates come, you're going to have Donald Trump and Hillary on that stage talking back and forth to each other. If you don't work your butt off to help Jill Stein get on the podium, it's not about you liking Jill Stein. Get over yourself, Peter Pan, Count Chocula. Get over yourself. This is about making progress. And the only way those issues will be raised on the debate stage will be as if you get a progressive up on the debate stage. And since Bernie is no longer an active candidate, as much as we love Bernie, you better get over yourself or you're going to end up costing us big time. You're going to cost us big time. And it's not out of some sort of denialism of who Bernie is. It's about knowing who is an active candidate so that the issues keep getting raised. Now, if you're just a cult of personality person and you're just you want to defend any criticism and stuff like that, that's not revolutionary. That's like, watching, some sort of entertainment television and liking Kim Kardashian. We don't need heroes. We need a movement. Heroes come, heroes go. And I love Bernie to death, but he's not running for president any longer. He can't get up on the debate stage with Hillary and Donald Trump. The only progressive left that has a chance to get on the debate stage to bring our issues to the surface is Jill Stein. It's not about whether she deserves our vote. Do you understand? It's really not about whether you like Jill Stein. It's not whether you like that at all. It's about getting our issues up on the debate stage and putting a dent in the two-party system. You can still love Bernie. This is not about that. This is about making sure that progressive issues get brought up in the debates. Now, let me ask you a question. When they get up on the debate stage and Hillary goes, Donald Trump's crazy, we can't let him have the nuclear codes. And then Trump goes, hey, crooked Hillary, she's dumb as a box of rocks. Is that really smart debate? Is that really helping the progressive cause? Is that really what you want? If it is, you're not a revolutionary. You're really not helping the cause. And I'm not so sure that you ever got what this thing's all about to begin with. You don't have to like Jill Stein. Get it through your head. This is not about a love-in for Jill. This is about getting the next progressive in line that's still an active candidate for president up on the debate stage so that we can have our issues addressed. Otherwise, they will die a neoliberal death. And because you are so pious, so caught up in the cult of personality that you couldn't get past yourself, you'll have nothing but yourself to blame for that. Be strategic. Think about what you're doing. Don't just be a defender of some person that's no longer running for president. I love Bernie Sanders. I have fought tooth and nail for him around the clock, as many of you have as well. This is not about, in any way, shape, or form, denigrating Bernie Sanders. I don't ever do that. But I am fighting for the next progressive in the race, and that is Jill Stein. Bernie is no longer running, period. No amount of being upset will change that. We got to continue to fight the election fraud. We got to continue to fight the DNC for its heavy-handedness, and we got to continue to fight against the Democratic Party that has screwed us. But in the meantime, we have one candidate that's still talking about single-payer health care, the environment, free college, eradicating college debt, etc., and that is Jill Stein. Period. That's it. That's what we got. So folks, think about that as you go into your next couple of days and you start thinking about how you can participate in getting the revolution going. If you continue to defend personalities instead of fight for this movement, you're not helping anyone. You're definitely not helping Bernie. He doesn't even know what's being said on Facebook. He doesn't even care. It's not his MO. So stop defending someone that's big and strong and has broad shoulders and has handled the entire Democratic establishment shitting on him. You can get over yourself. Be a strategic voter. Don't be a cult of personality. This is Steve Grumbine. Have a good one, guys.